Hey, what's going on everyone? Tech Geek Josh here, bringing you guys another comparison. This time, we will be comparing the LG Phoenix 2 versus the Motorola Moto E Second Gen. Let's get to it. So both of these devices are turned on as usual. So you can see here, here's the Moto, here's the Phoenix 2, and I do have a different wallpaper, not a stock one. Honestly, to me, that looks pretty sweet as a wallpaper. Alright, so let's go ahead and power these on and put my password really quick. Let's go ahead and power them off. Both are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. As I failed on the Phoenix 2, my left hand isn't a good hand. So even though I mistakenly tapped the Phoenix 2 late, the Moto E appeared to have shut down first, which is kind of odd. But alright, now that they're powered off, let's go ahead and boot them up in 3, 2, 1. And yes, the Moto does have a much brighter screen than the LG. I prefer the look of the LG because it's just simple. It's just center and at the bottom, much nicer looking. AT&T, Virgin Mobile, both are not activated. You see that it appears more white on the Moto. As you can see, the LG, it appears to be starting first, but who knows, the Moto might catch up. Look at that, same message. But as you can see here, it looks like the Phoenix 2 started up first. A little laggy, as you can see there. Phoenix 2 already usable, whereas the Moto is taking its time starting services. As you can see here on the Phoenix 2 is already usable. Just using it, waiting for the Moto to, to wake up here. And finally, a good minute after the Phoenix 2 is done, the Moto E is now usable. So I got some apps here, so let's go ahead and launch them. First, we'll start with YouTube. The Moto is running Android Lollipop, whereas the Phoenix 2 is running Marshmallow. Now it's kind of an unfair test because, as you just saw in the Moto, it told me that there's an update available, so that doesn't count. Let's go ahead and redo that test. 3, 2, 1. And as a little reminder, the Phoenix 2 has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM compared to only 1 full gigabyte in the Moto. Same time, history. Didn't actually know that was there. Sorry. Let's just go to my videos. Phoenix 2 by a little bit. Now let's go to Snapchat. 3, 2, 1. Phoenix 2 won that one. Moto is a solid 2 seconds behind. Now let's go to Kick. Phoenix 2 a split second ahead than the Moto. Moto a split second behind, if that somehow makes sense. Now let's go ahead and open up this Pandora app, and this is not the new one. This is actually an old Pandora app, but this is actually Pandora 1, meaning unlimited skips and everything. And in this video, I cannot tell you how I got it. That is for you to leave in the comments if you guys want me to show you how to download this app. The Phoenix 2 just jumped onto a station, whereas the Moto brought me to the home page here. So as you can see, both work flawlessly on this old Pandora app. I didn't mean that, I meant settings. There you go. Moto appeared to have gone home first. Now let's go to Play Store. Phoenix 2 already won. Just mark this out of the notification tray. Phoenix 2 won that one. Now let's go to Messenger. Phoenix 2. Now let's go to Instagram. And by the way, if you guys would like to follow me on any social media, my links will be down below, as they always are in every videos of mine, every one of my videos. As you see, there's my Instagram if you haven't followed me already. Currently at 77 posts, 90 followers, which is awesome, and I'm following 67 people. And just to let you guys know, I don't post that good of photos. As you can see, I have saved every photo that I have made since I started Instagram, but I am dedicated to making my photos, my photography better, as you can see right here. This was posted when? January 23rd. Anyway, links are in the description. Now let's go to settings. Phoenix 2 won that one. Moto not too far behind. Let's go to gallery. I have to say Phoenix 2 won that one. The Moto is not too slow, I can tell you that. Now let's go to Periscope. Moto is not updated. The Phoenix 2 won that one. The Moto at least 2 seconds behind. Both have off-screen capacitive keys. Just thought I would say that. Now let's go to Battery Doctor, which I only open this app when my phones are charging. I never open it when they're not charging. So the Phoenix 2 won, and yes, the Moto is at 19%. Need to charge it pretty soon. And it looked like the Phoenix 2 went back to the home screen as opposed to where it left off. The Moto went back here, probably due to the fact that Battery Doctor is on the home screen here, on these screens, and the Phoenix 2 is in the app drawer. Now let's go to Google Maps. And a really neat feature of the LG Phoenix 2 is that it has NFC, which the other variant, the Tribute 5, is the exact same phone as the exactly the same as the Phoenix 2, but it's not as good as the Phoenix 2. 1.5 gigs of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage in the Phoenix 2. Tribute 5 only 1 gigabyte of RAM and 8 gigs of storage. And as you saw here, the Phoenix 2 won this test. Just turn on satellite. Tribute 5 no NFC, Phoenix 2 has NFC. Now let's go to, actually let's go here to the dock. Phone. I would have to say the Phoenix 2 on switching to the phone dialer a split second before the Moto, and I do realize that I do say split second a lot in this video. Let's find contacts. Moto won that one. The Phoenix 2 brung up the AT&T address book, which I don't care about. There you go. Moto won that one though. Camera. So both of them defaulted to the rear camera. And it's actually a tie. I actually like both interfaces. Let's go switch to the front camera. As you can see, the Phoenix 2 looks much better. You can see the frame rate. By the way, this is probably what I'm going to start doing in my videos, is demonstrating the camera while I'm in here, showing you which one has a smoother frame rate. In my opinion, the Phoenix 2 looks much nicer. I just said it has better frame rate. And you can also do this, if it'll capture it. Come on, Phoenix 2. The Phoenix 2 offers a gesture where you hold your palm over the front camera and it takes a picture, but it's not even recognizing it. Oh, there you go. Right there. Very nice and handy on the Phoenix 2, whereas the Moto doesn't have that option. So very nice. Very nice. Let's go to Chrome and load up phonearena.com as we usually do. Phoenix 2 won that one. It's loading, okay, Google. It's loading Phone Arena on the Moto, but we want to be in Google. Phoenix 2 just randomly picked up OK Google, so no, I don't want that. Phoenix 2 is listening for me in this video. Okay, that's a little weird. Tapping the Google logo up here to go to the main page, and apparently it's not working. Okay, never mind, let's just go back. Oh, wait, no. So far the Moto is lagging. Come on. Moto is lagging up big time right now, probably because it's loading that site in the background. Okay, now it is loaded. The Phoenix 2 already has Phone Arena in the, okay, they both do, in the address bar here. So in 3, 2, 1. And they're off. So I would have to say the Moto like brung it up faster, probably due to the fact that it loaded it when I opened Chrome. It loaded it first. So the Phoenix 2 is not doing so good in terms of scrolling. As you can see here, the Moto seems to be much smoother, but they both have their stutters and lags on this page. You see the Moto moving all around as I struggle to keep them in frame and trying to get them lined up. But once they're loaded, it appears that they're both loaded now. Scrolling seems to be better on the Moto than the Phoenix 2, which is quite surprising. I wasn't expecting that because 1.5 gigs of RAM should really help out stuff like this. Help out doing stuff like this, but apparently it's not showing how the Phoenix 2 actually performs. Let's go to calculator. Okay, the Moto actually took some time to open up that app. Phoenix 2 won that one. Very odd. Calendar. I might be stupid for saying this, but I believe that the Moto is stock Android, meaning it runs Google Apps, whereas the Phoenix doesn't. Like I said, I might be stupid for saying that because I don't even know if the Moto runs stock Android, but it would, if I have to say, yes, it does run stock Android. Now let's go to clock. I still prefer the look of the Moto. As you can see, I have some times here. It's right now 4:07 in Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Detroit is 7:07 p.m. and Atlanta is 7:07 p.m. I don't know how many of you guys wanted to know that, but there you go. While we were in here, there you go. Now let's go to Google Docs. That's a new app that we haven't tested yet in my comparisons. Google Docs. Phoenix 2 brought up this screen. Swipe through. Dismiss. So I would have to say that the Moto actually brought it up first because the Phoenix 2, you know, had that screen that introduction screen that I had to go through. But I would have to say the Moto won this test. Now let's go to, let me see here. I know it'd probably be much more convenient if I had like a certain amount of apps on, you know, one page. Let's go to, some apps are not on the Phoenix 2, such as, you know, Google Play Games or Play Games. I think it's not on here. Let's go to, let's go to email. since I can't find any other app right now. So as you can see, they both bring up different screens. Take me to Gmail. Oh. Email has moved. The Gmail app now lets you view all of your email accounts. Take me to Gmail. I've been tapping over and over. So there you go. Both bring up different screens. Oh, let's just go ahead and go to Gmail. Huh. Never thought about that. Gmail next. And apparently the Moto was already in Gmail, as you just saw. A little weird there, so I guess let's go ahead and mark those out of the way. And let's go ahead and redo that test. Gmail in 3, 2, 1. Moto won it first. They both came up almost identically, but as you can see, the Phoenix 2 is having a little bit of hard time loading the emails. There you go. But Moto won it first. So now let's go to multitasking and see which one keeps the apps open the best, or the longest. Well, I should say the best. YouTube. Both sprung it up at the same time. They both had to refresh, but the Phoenix 2 actually won that one. And the Moto is actually still in my videos. It's interesting. Snapchat. Same time. Interesting. Moto is not a bad little phone. Moto on that one, holy crap. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Pandora. Phoenix 2 brought it up faster, and it looks like the Phoenix 2 wins. Please stop, Phoenix 2. You just bring up stations as I go into it. So, Phoenix 2 won that one. In fact, let's go ahead and just mark this out, or clear that out. Let's go to Play Store. I do realize that this is probably one of my longest comparisons so far. I actually wasn't really paying attention to that one, so since I wasn't paying attention, let's just go ahead and try a different app. Messenger. Moto brought it up first. Moto loaded it first. So yeah, as you can see, the 1 GB of RAM is proving to be no slouch. Instagram. Phoenix 2 a split second before the Moto, but the Moto was not too far behind. And last but not least, settings. So the Phoenix 2 won that one. So both of them are pretty darn speedy. You can't go wrong with either of them. The 1 GB of RAM on the Moto seems to be no slouch when it comes to keeping apps open. Both of them have their strong suits and both of them have their weak suits, if that's a word. Strong suits is probably a word as well. Drop down really quick. I would have to prefer the look of the Phoenix 2 still, because it just looks much cleaner, whereas the Moto, as you can see, you have to like drag down 2 times. 1, 2 to view all your quick settings. Whereas the Phoenix 2, you just drag down once, and then you can just scroll between them, as you can see here, and you can edit those as you wish. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this comparison between the LG Phoenix 2 and the Motorola Moto E 2nd Gen. All my links will be down below, as well as in future videos. And I'll see you again in the next one.